Real sales talk, back again for Never Ending Referrals. Who love Never Ending Referrals? People who love me and like me, who are sending me business. How do I do that? Part one, we talked about customer service and how customer service is the crux of getting Never Ending Referrals from people who love me and like me. And that's all about communication, the quality of my communication, the quantity of my communication, how often I'm in contact with them. Because real estate's about relationships. You know that. Okay? So today we're going to jump back into great customer service is about consistency. And I wrote in my notes here, real estate's about relationships. So are you in relationships with these people? Are you talking to these people? Now, if you just started, you need a starting point for being a realtor, right? Letting them know that you're in the business. It's called activation. Okay, now that activation call is letting them know, hey, I'm in the business and I just want to send you a little something. And so do you still live at XYZ Street? Is XYZ at ABC still a good email to send you something to? Now, what are you going to send them? You send them a little email with a little value piece. Certainly, you handwrite a little thank you card for taking a little time to talk to them with your business card in it. Okay, to start the point of, hey, I'm a realtor, and when you're having conversations about people considering to move, you're thinking about me. Now, this is a farm process. This is a farming process. This is a grooming process that takes time to recondition their thought process about thinking about you when people are talking about real estate around them. So this is the starting point. This is the first touch. Okay, now you've been in the business a while. You haven't talked to them in a while. Right? I need to reactivate those people. Ring, ring. Hey, Bob, it's Paul. I haven't talked to you in a while. I was just thinking about you. How are you? Now, look, this should just be about reconnecting, reestablishing that relationship. You really shouldn't even be asking for a referral at this point because this is just about you reconnecting. Okay? And hey, do you mind if I stay in touch every now and then just to see how you're doing? Yeah, of course, Paul. Give me a call. No problem. Now remember, these are like me, love me's. Now, look, no problem that you haven't called in a while. They haven't called you. So they haven't even been thinking about you. Aw. Now look, they're busy. Life, kids, school, work. Okay, it's all right. And if you come with the intention of just reconnecting, now look, somewhere in that conversation, they're going to say, hey, how are you? Perfect time to weave in a little bit of real estate in regards to how things are positive and progressive. Don't ever be a negative Nancy when you're talking about real estate. Now look, you still shouldn't be selling at that point, but certainly you can talk about real estate because that's part of how you're doing. Okay, so that reactivation call is an opportunity to reconnect because they still love you and like you. Okay, to ask or to not ask, that is the question. When do I ask for referrals? Do I ask for referrals? Number one agent I knew in Vegas, he never asked for referrals, but he was always in touch. He said, Paul, look, here's my call list, okay? And I'm touching these people every week, okay? The people that I'm supposed to touch this week. But I'm touching people every week. And I'm not asking referrals, but I'm taking people to lunch. I'm taking them to coffee. Not everybody, but certainly everybody gets a phone call to say, hey, I was thinking about you. How are you doing? What can I do for you? How's the house? Okay. What can I do for you? They know what that means if you're a realtor. You've already activated them. You've reactivated them. They understand what can I do for you. They're not going to ask you to wash their car. Right? So make sure that you're at least in touch. Now, you feel like you're comfortable to ask for referrals? Then ask for referrals because there's people who would love to give you referrals and you're completely comfortable asking that question. Or maybe it's just your personality type. You're comfortable asking that question. But you at least got to stay in touch. So to ask or not to ask, that's the question, right? When do I ask? When do I not ask? If you are going to ask, certainly you want to ask at a time of a heightened emotion. So when you're in process with somebody and they're looking for a home or they're looking to sell their home, you sign a contract. Hey, who else do you know who's been talking about moving? You deliver some good news on an inspection or an appraisal. Hey, who else do you know that's been thinking about moving? Heightened emotion allows for motion, right? For them to easily and reflexively think about somebody who's been talking about moving. Because doesn't that change week to week? in regards to them not knowing somebody a couple weeks ago, and then a week or two later talking to somebody or being around somebody who has been talking about moving. So the best time to ask for referrals when you are going to ask are at heightened emotion. When things are good. Good heightened emotion, not bad heightened emotion, right? The appraisal didn't come in. Who else do you know? No. We're talking about good heightened emotion. When you're delivering good news or everybody's in a good mood, that's the time for you to ask for a referral if you are going to ask for it. Because look, here's the thing about just connecting with your sphere of influence. If you're not talking to them, someone is. Everybody knows a realtor. There's realtors all around them. Okay, you're not the only realtor they know. So if you're not connecting and setting that strong foundation for sphere of influence and the relationship as the connector, as the family realtor, as the source to the source, who are they talking to? Someone. Make those connections, make that money. Real Sales Talk. See you guys soon.